Hey guys, so I'm back. I'm here with Mountain Goat Gold. We're going to be working on a hole that I had started in a previous video. We're going to try to open it up even more. That's the one there that I camouflaged away and tucked away from the BLM and other folks, so it doesn't look like I leave a big mess out here. But I'm going to go ahead and start getting all these branches moved aside and get this hole opened up so I can so we can start to dig in on it. I like that.
But this, you can stand up. It's
heck
easy.
yeah, no, that's a good way.
I use that to get in and out of my truck. See,
there's the root. And that's the hole. I'm gonna get a bucket in here. I'm just gonna knock it all down into there. I'm gonna get the big pick out.
There's a frost layer on this stuff about 2-3 inches. It's not even really all that bad. That's no match for that big pick of mine. It chops right through it. Up at the top is pretty much a lot of topsoil and just whatnot in there that, you know, if I'm out here in the snow and cold, I'm going to run every little piece of this stuff. For the most part, it's good, pretty good material. It's got a lot of bigger rock for the first 2 feet that we got to get out. Once you get down to about 3 feet, it starts changing into some better materials, some more kind of gravelly stuff with a lot of garnets in there. So, but it's, you know, you got to get through the top first, get all that shit out of there, and you can get down to the good stuff. So by the end of the day, we'll see what we can get to. And my whole plan for this hole here is, I don't know how far down bedrock is, but my whole plan is to dig all the way down to the bedrock. I can see myself going down 7-8 feet right here. So hopefully it's not that far down. Shit, it might be 12-14 feet down. Don't think I'm going to go that far, but I'm going to get down into here to where I have a bank and I can start to see layers. And then once I have all of the layers, then I can start doing some samples in those layers to figure out where all the real gold rich veins are. Now don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm taking samples as I go by running the material as I go along down through the hole, and then I take all of that stuff and write it down in my little book so I can keep record of it. But I don't even really know this claim all that well. I haven't been a member but just a couple years. But I'm hoping to see if I can come across a layer that's more of like a cemented gravel. Really hard and compacted cemented gravel is kind of the mission and what I'm really looking for. So we'll see if this spot's got it. If I end up bumping into one of those, I think that's going to be the best pay layer that I'm going to find. I went ahead and volunteered to go and swing the pick and do most of all the hard work. Mountain Goat Gold, he's going to keep up with classifying for the most part. We're both classified too, but Justin, we're going to see what we do here. Hopefully we find some more gold than what I did on the first round here, guys. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and throw in some clips here, do some fast forwarding. That way you guys don't have to hear me huffing and puffing and grunting the whole damn time. But we'll be back after a little bit, and we'll show you guys what the final damage of the day at the very end. So enjoy the music, guys, and get to the bottom of this hole here pretty quick.
so.
Mountain Gold, you know, he's seen my buckets and whatnot. His have these fancy bucket handle thing. So, but he brought me some today. That's super cool. You guys will see those going on my buckets. Some of them are starting to break. My stuff's starting to get old. One of the buckets today fell victim to a little thing I like to call bucket abuse. You know, handles are wore out. You know, this one isn't actually all that old, but I'm pretty hard on them, so you know, buckets are just collateral damage. So throw that old sumbitch away. Done with it. So as you guys can see, the hole's a little bit bigger. We've pulled 10 buckets out. We've classified it to quarter. That's probably about 15 buckets unclassified. A lot of big material. We've exposed this root that I will probably cut out of here at some point or another. It has a big crack right here. Looks like gold could have actually stuck in there. But as we've gone down, you can start to see this layer here that is smaller material. It's drier just because we're 3 feet deep, but all the stuff above it wasn't all that great. But I believe that this layer in here is gonna probably be better than the last stuff I drug out. So wish us luck. So there's the hole. Me and Mountain Gold, we have camouflaged our hole, mostly for the BLM, so we don't get in trouble with them for leaving a big mess out here on the claims. But sun's going down, the day's about over here, so we're gonna get out of here. We've busted our ass today. We've got how many buckets? 21. We are hauling out of here 24 buckets today. Cool. Gold Pan and Suntan, we're out for the day.
I'm not suntan.
Mountain Gold with me today, so we busted our ass like I said earlier. You guys have a good day.
Good day.
It's next day back at the house. We've got a pretty big storm on the horizon. It's been it rained all night. It's supposed to rain all day, probably turn to some snow after a while. So I'm gonna get the high banker fired up and get all this material ran. I'm wearing my rain gear just in case it starts dumping rain on me. At least I can just keep pushing through. I mean, the show must go on. So I'll get to recording a little bit of this, maybe not a whole lot, and then we'll pan it out and see what we get.
So this video here is supposed to be a dry washing video, but it's kind of in the beginning of the winter, and so the material was kind of dry. But I took more of the material up higher, and Mountain Gold got the stuff that was down lower that was a little bit drier. I do dry material in the winter on a wood burning stove or a barrel with firewood inside of it. Just didn't want to do that on this one, so I figured I'd throw this in the high banker, get it all cleaned up real quick, and so I could just get the material processed without having to dry it and all that kind of stuff. So let's see what we get here at the end.
All right, so guys, yeah, it's raining out here. I'm gonna get this stuff in the classifier here. I'm gonna classify it out just so it's faster to pan. And we'll see what happens. There's some gold right there. A couple little tiny flakes. Get rid of some of this. So guys, there is some gold in here. You can see a whole bunch of pieces up here. Oh, there's probably 40 or 50. It's getting better. Last time I was at this spot, the only way we could look at the gold was through a microscope. This stuff in here is super small too. It won't even weigh. We'll end up doing this on a microscope too. Let me clean out this backside, and I'll take all this in. I'll take this other stuff in, and we will pan it out.
So I took the stuff inside, threw it in a little finishing pan, got it cleaned up for the most part. This is the gold that I found in there. These are all the little chunks. At first I thought, nah, this isn't even gonna weigh, but it was an okay little pile. So I made the decision to go ahead and throw it on a scale. So the first time at this hole, things were zoomed into 1,000 times. This here is zoomed into only 40 times. So the gold is getting better the deeper I'm going. So on my next visit over here, we'll see if it's even better. But that's pretty good looking gold. Nice little chunkies. Hopefully they get bigger and bigger and bigger. Here's the weigh-in off that stuff from the microscope. It's kind of bouncing around a little bit. It was 0.19. Now it's 0.22. It's kind of going up and down a little bit. This is the second session at that hole that I've been digging at. First one, there was absolutely the most tiniest gold ever. I didn't even weigh it on the scale just because I knew it wasn't going to weigh. I put it on the microscope at a times 1,000, got to see the little microscopic pieces. This microscope here is at times 40, so this is a little bit bigger. Exactly what I thought was going to happen here would be that the deeper I go, the more gold I find. But guys, I hope you have a great day out there. Gold Pan and Suntan is out.